Introduction. We are here to change the way we think. AK. A. Our mindset. This book gives you a new perspective of life, where masculinity is not a sin, strong men are kings, and being rich is not criticized. We will talk about different aspects of life. Read the book till the end and end up becoming a new fearless man. Note: the Chad Mindset consists of 3 volumes each with 7 chapters. Out of these 21 chapters, you can randomly read any chapter you like. This book is designed in such a way that doesn't matter where and when you start reading, you'll gain massive value. Let's start. Chapter 1. The Time Has Come. In the past, huge economic downturns have been more favorable to creating fortunes than periods of tremendous prosperity. The majority of people out there will advise you not to start a business right now. It is too risky. You shouldn't take a chance right now. Keep working at that miserable job since it pays well and it's difficult to get a job at the moment. 9-to-5 job seeker. These people will accuse you of being insane for taking a chance. Everyone out there will be scared, but not you. In fact, just because of those people that now is the best time to start. Why? Because everyone is afraid to take that risk. No one has the guts to think outside the box. And because of the risk-taking ability, you're going to make fortune. Others will cling onto their senseless jobs just for the sake of insurance that they pay for, will lose their time and freedom, will bend to the will of others, pay more taxes than the average millionaire, etc. So what should you tell those people about why you're starting a new business and what it's all about? Nothing. Don't tell anyone anything about your plans. There are 2 reasons for this. 1. Chances are that you will not follow your plans if you start spilling out your plans in front of every other person. The reason is that you get the dopamine hit just by telling yours plans. This dopamine hit was meant to be earned by you, but you just got it without even accomplishing the goal. 2. People will call you insane or stupid or both. They will try their best to pull you down. Nobody truly wants their friends and coworkers to succeed more than they do. This is another reason why you should not spill about your plans. Now you know that you don't have to worry about others. A common question that comes inside people's and is, which business should I start? I could give you a long list of business ideas, but it would make 0 sense. Why? Because deep inside we all know what we're good at. You may not be able to put your finger on it, but you will eventually. Always remember one thing. Be a problem solver. I spent months to figure out what I was good at and what I really wanted to do. The catch here is that I always knew what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to get out of bed every morning, put on clothes I didn't want to wear, rush to a job I hated, let them decide when I could take a break, sit in traffic for another hour to go home. All for what? A miserable paycheck. I'm a free man. I do what I want to do. Anytime, anywhere. I want you to be a free man too. I want you to get rid of that miserable job. I want you to live the life you always wanted to live. You may ask, Akis, how can I become a free man? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Pay attention. This is a task that I want you to do right now. Doesn't matter if you're in your office, on a vacation, on your desk, on the bed, in a park, etc. I want you to grab a pen and paper, arrange it from anywhere. Write down lists of what you can do and what you cannot do. Try to figure out where you can start a business and how. Stick those notes on your wall if necessary. These notes will act as your daily dose of motivation. And believe me, the motivation from these notes is terrific. List down your goals and give yourself a deadline. Always remember, a goal without a deadline is just a dream. Get rid of all the toxic habits. Get rid of all the unwanted expenses. Cancel that unwanted subscription of your favorite entertainment platform. Now is not the time to be wasteful with your money. You need every dime you can get your hands on, and it's okay to live like a bum. It will pay off in the end. You should choose something you are an expert at, or something you love to do as your business. You must invest all of your time and effort into that project. Start reading books every single week. Start reading autobiographies of successful people. Start reading books that have to do with your chosen field. Start reading business books and motivational books. Read all of those books you can get your hands on. Never stop reading those books. Start exercising. A healthy body is a healthy mind. You will need to be in good shape to start your own business. There will be very, very stressful times ahead, and it will help if you are in good physical shape. Lay off the cigarettes and booze. Those do nothing to help you achieve your goals. They only help to kill you faster. Even if you don't have a business idea yet, you are waiting for the opportunity. Opportunity comes to those who are prepared. In fact, there is an opportunity out there waiting for you right now. What are you going to do when opportunity presents itself? Will you take it, or will you let it pass you by? The decision is yours. Chapter 2. There is no such thing as tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Yesterday doesn't exist. The only thing you have in your hands is today. Yesterday is in the past. Tomorrow is going to be today in the future. Hence, all you have is today. We have to make the most of our today. We cannot rely on doing it later. It must be done, and it must be done right now. The past is the past. We cannot live in the past. It's over. Let go of it. We have to look back on our successes and mistakes, and we have to learn from them so that we can do the right thing right now. The future doesn't exist. We can't rely on the future. No one is guaranteed a tomorrow. If you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you might as well say, "I'll do it in 7 years." To become a winner, you have to learn this phrase, "I'll do it now." The world's most successful and happy people are that way because they don't put anything off until later. They take care of business right away. A top CEO will not say, "Oh, I'll take care of it next week. I'd like to watch this TV show right now." A top bodybuilder will never say, "Oh, I'll work out in a few days." We only get one shot at this life, just one chance. We have to make it count. Do you have a crush on a girl but are afraid to call her, or do you plan to call her later? Give everything a miss and call her right now. Have you been yearning to start a business but it's simply not the proper time? There is only ever one ideal moment, and that is the present. Are you weary of having a flabby stomach but holding off on going to the gym? Get off your bum and head to the gym now. Figure out who you really are and what your life's purpose is. It certainly isn't to work for someone else, come home to watch the idiot box, eating chips and soda pop. Your life has a purpose, a meaning. You have goals and dreams. Quit whining and complaining. Quit procrastinating. Don't give in to apathy. Go do something this very instant. You are alive. Get out there right now and live your fucking life. Chapter 3, Think Big. The things we think about are the things that we eventually become. They are the things that consume us. As long as we're going to think, we might as well think big instead of small. Let your petty coworkers worry about the little stuff. You are moving in the direction of greater and better things. Therefore, you have better things to accomplish right now than to become involved in a small argument. The only thing you should be considering right now, if you aren't already self-employed, is how to make that a reality. Most of the time, the things we focus on the most turn out to be true. If you want to leave that job, think about the business you will build. If you want to get rid of the unwanted fat from your body, think of that muscular version of yourself with 6 packs. If you want to attract women, think about your best form. If you want to go on a world trip, think about you getting inside the life-changing flight. If you want to retire your parents, Think about the happiness they'll have on their faces. Always view the big picture. The small picture is for the small-minded. Let them keep it. Chapter 4. The Beauty of Simplicity. Living the Spartan Way. They were known to have a minimalistic lifestyle. They ate only what they needed, kept their bodies fit, did not spend money wastefully. Spartan living includes getting rid of all the unwanted junk and clutter from all the areas of your life, be it food, people, habits, fat, etc. We have all experienced situations where we are struggling to make our astronomical rent, mortgage, credit card, car, and lease payments, all for things that do not improve our lives or make us happier. That stuff is crushing us little by little, like a weight on our shoulders. It feels like a tremendous weight has been lifted off our shoulders to get rid of all those burdens. Simplicity works. Complexity is often a waste of time. The deadlift, for example, is just about the simplest exercise in existence. Pick up a heavy weight from the ground. That's it. But this simple exercise will produce more results than the most complex of exercises or any combination of complex exercises. If it can be done in 5 minutes, there is no reason to stretch it out to 30 minutes. Things are easier when they are simple. Making things tougher simply because is just dumb, but hard work is its own reward. Living simply allows you to live freer. The choice is yours. Chapter 5. Learn to be productive. You will find thousands of ways to become productive online. Here are not 1,000, not 100, not even 10, but only 4 ways to become a hyper-productive man. 1. Do one task at a time. If you enjoy doing things half-heartedly, multitasking is excellent, but if you want something done well, you must put all of your attention into it. You only go on to the next item once the previous one is finished. 2. Make a to-do list every single night before bed. This is critical. If you don't know what you need to do, how will you ever get it done? Write your to-do down on a notepad or word processor and cross every item off as soon as it is accomplished. Make your to-do list manageable but not laughably easy. 5 to 10 quality items that need to get done is a good start. 3. When you wake up in the morning, start crossing off items on your to-do list first thing. When you have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish for the day, it's almost too easy to get everything done before most people even have breakfast. Don't erase your to-do list items. Put an X beside them or cross a line through them. It's an amazing feeling to see the big to-do list items being crossed off seemingly by the minute. At the very end, you will see the fruit of your labors with your entire list done. 4. Give yourself a short time frame to complete your tasks. When you're looking at a time limit, you have no choice but to get things done faster. If you've got a week to finish everything, there is no rush. But if you only have 2 hours to finish your tasks, you're going to be working like a frantic maniac. The goal isn't just to get stuff done. It's to get stuff done ASAP. Chapter 6. Master your fears. Fear is an excellent motivator if you let it motivate you. Fear is also an excellent tool to keep you from succeeding, if you let it. Those that have achieved their dreams have faced their fears and conquered them. Always ask yourself what may possibly go wrong when you're afraid to undertake something but are thinking about it. It's possible that nothing negative will occur. What are the possibilities that anything horrible will occur? Usually a slim possibility. It's a positive indication that you should do something if you're terrified to start. If you're too scared to ever take a chance, then you don't deserve any rewards. Chapter 7. Train like an animal. Train like an animal because failing to do so is a waste of time. You are the gym's lion. Act as if it. You are there for a reason. The sheep and cows can sit on a machine and watch TV. You're there to improve your physical and mental health. The only way to do that is to exert more effort than you ever thought possible. The other slackers at the gym have agreed upon restrictions. They appear the way they do because of this. They behave the way they do because of this. They are scared as a result. Not you, though. No longer, not once more. Pick up that enormous weight. Give it your all. You don't deserve something if you're not willing to work hard for it. You can have it if you're willing to die for it. To be continued. Congratulations, Chad man. You've made it to the last of the Volume 1 of the Chad Mindset. Volume 2 and Volume 3 consists of 7 chapters each. As said in the introduction, you can read any chapter at any time, whenever you like. Chapter 8. Why porn is more dangerous than you think. If you ask me to mention the most dangerous thing on the planet for men, it will be pornography. There is a very big problem with internet porn. Internet porn is a succubus whore from hell intent on draining you of your vital seed, your testosterone, your energy, and your desire to succeed and conquer. Or, to put it in simple terms, masturbating while watching online porn is bad for your body. Internet porn is comparable to drug abuse. You are continually looking for the ideal scene because of the unlimited variety of porn available to you. This causes the brain to be massively overstimulated, which releases dopamine, dope, into the brain. Your fix. It feels like you're coming down off a narcotic after having an orgasm. Your body just turns out and you become a lazy piece of garbage after all that excitement and constant cerebral stimulation. How often have you been ready to do something and decided to just have a fast one, only to find that 30 minutes later you are completely unmotivated? I know, a lot of times. Here are 10 reasons to stop masturbating to internet porn. 1. Internet porn saps you of precious energy. When you give up the porn and the endless masturbation sessions, you have a lot more energy and drive. You want to get out and take care of business. You want to make money, you want to hit the weights, and you want to go and talk to that cute little girl. 2. Internet porn can lead to erectile dysfunction. Keep at it, and eventually you will only be aroused by internet porn. Right now, guys in their 20s, and even guys in their teens, are having trouble getting hard without porn. They have to keep finding more and more disgusting and outrageous porn scenes to satisfy their hunger. Eventually, nothing will do it except outrageous scenes you'd never watch normally. That's serious business. Keep up with the porn, and it will happen to you too. 3. Internet porn will make you want to stop having sex. Why bother with sex when you have every fantasy in the world available at one of your hands? Japan is a notoriously porn-friendly country. Japan is saturated with porn. In Japan, there is an entire culture of young guys called herbivores. These herbivores have no desire for sex. All this porn, and now the guys don't want girls. They want sex with their hand, or sex with robots, or nothing at all. Japan now has the lowest birth rate in the world. Can you see the connection? 4. After you stop masturbating to internet porn, your voice may become deeper. Straight from the horse's mouth, this is what guys who have stopped masturbating are saying happens. 5. After you stop masturbating to internet porn, you will have more self-control and willpower. You just plain feel better and stronger and more masculine. It's the opposite feeling after masturbating to internet porn. 6. After you stop masturbating to internet porn, your testosterone will rise. Testosterone is slightly higher when abstaining from orgasm, and it does rise slightly during sexual activity, before dropping back down to normal. Having sex with a real-life girl increases your testosterone, while having sex with your hand and sitting in front of a computer with 5 different pages open decreases it. 7. After you stop masturbating to internet porn, you will become calmer, more rational, and less anxious. No explanation for this. 8. you will become more attractive to women. Let's assess the situation. Who do you think women find more attractive? A. Guys who spend their time in the dark, jacking off to endless streams of porn, finish after about an hour, take a nap, finally make it out in the sunlight, or not, and can't even look them in the eye. Or B. Guys who don't spend their time playing with themselves for hours, are full of testosterone, not having spilled their precious seed twice that day, have a deeper voice, and have the ability to make eye contact. Easy answer. 9. You can stop getting viruses on your computer. Viruses are a pain in the ass and can sometimes take days to deal with. Most computer viruses come from porn. Eliminate the source. Eliminate the virus. 10. It will change your fucking life. I'm talking about a man's life. Again, no explanation. Instead of leaking it every day, let your testosterone and confidence grow up inside of you. Give it to a girl rather than a screen when you do give it away. Winners don't idle away their time. Of this, I'm certain. Try it for 30 days, then make your own judgment. You might only enjoy the outcomes. I'm sure I do. Chapter 9. How to harness your sexual energy. Sex, alone, is a mighty urge to action, but its forces are like a cyclone. They are often uncontrollable. When the emotion of love begins to mix itself with the emotion of sex, the result is calmness of purpose, poise, accuracy of judgment, and balance. Napoleon Hill. Think and grow rich. Men are motivated by sex, which may make them do anything. All-powerful and brilliant men utilize their sex urge as fuel. The method of converting aggressiveness and sexual energy into production is known as transmutation of sexual energy. Sex transmutation is the most powerful tool in existence when it comes to creation, invention, accomplishment, creativity, advancement, and achievement. There are few principles that should be taken under consideration. 1. Sex should involve love with a woman. Most men and women out there have sex after they saw each other in a random party. Most of them don't even know each other's names. This is a wastage of your sexual energy. Your sexual energy is precious. With too much unfocused sexual energy, a man has no purpose or direction. Civilization itself exists solely because of monogamous marriages and the directed focus of sexual energy. Every time you use an indoor toilet, get running water from your sink, cook your food on a stove, turn on the air conditioner on a hot day, and get food out of your refrigerator, you are enjoying the benefits of men who use their sexual energy in a productive way. It is common understanding that overindulgence in drink and drugs lead to ruin, but it is uncommon for people to understand that overindulgence in sex can lead to the same thing. Let that sexual energy build up inside you. This energy is sensed by other people and draws them into you like a magnet. Being highly sex, that is having sexual energy, but not giving into any and all desires, is the key to success. Transmutation of sexual energy is the process of turning sexual energy and aggression into fuel for something bigger. Sex is the #1 reason we, as men, do anything. It's always for sex. It is our biology, our DNA. There is nothing wrong with that. But if we want to accomplish something grand, something great, we have to transform our sexual energy into fuel for something else. Use sexual energy properly. It's the best fuel there is. Save it and experience an energy explosion. Here's a short summary. 1. Don't engage in sex with anyone. Because it is what scumbags do, they will continue to act in that way. You can still engage in sexual activity, but avoid making it your main priority too. Avoid watching regular internet porn or masturbating. You lose crucial vitality as a result of this. Giving up this can result in significant, beneficial changes in your personality, happiness, and mood. People are drawn to you when you keep your seed contained. Yet, when it is frequently spilled, people are turned off. 3. Utilize your sexual arousal and energy consciously in your work and personal goals. Given the right direction, sexual energy is practically boundless and can make any man into a money-making machine. 4. Get a good woman. She will take care of all your needs, not just sexual. This will free your mind from having to even think about these things, and you can focus completely on your goal at hand. The love and support of a woman is essential for success. Most successful men had a good woman behind the scenes. Let's make it a reality, King. Hail high! Chapter 10: How to Get Rid of Depression Once and for All. Depression is a major issue in today's world. But you know the fun part? Depression is caused by leading a lazy, slothful, gluttonous, pointless, unnatural existence. Boredom is probably the leading cause of depression, but my depression is caused by genetics, chemical imbalance, or any other excuse that takes the blame off of me. That's bullshit. If you're depressed, it's your responsibility to fix it. Having pills down your throat isn't a solution, it's part of the problem. Our fathers and forefathers never whined over being depressed. Imagine how would you feel if your grandfather, instead of working hard for the family, said that he was going to lay down on the bed all day just because he is depressed. Thankfully, my grandfather had a machinery workshop in which he used to fix tractors, big agricultural machines through his bare hands. I am taking the legacy further by not putting the blame on others and writing this book for my fellow brothers who want to become better in life. Now, let us have a look on the possible causes of depression and how we can solve it. 1. Lack of physical activity. It makes sense that your insides are just as messed up as your outsides if you spend all day in a cubicle without getting your blood circulating or sweating away toxins. Anyone who has ever engaged in physical activity is aware of the simple truth that you feel fantastic after engaging in some intense physical activity. You most definitely don't feel down. Solution: get physical. Go to the gym and lift your heart out. Go out to the garage and build something. Do some yard work. Mow the lawn. Go for a run. Keep yourself busy somehow. Idleness is a soul killer. No one was ever depressed after a killer lifting session. No one was ever depressed after building a house with their own hands. No farmer was ever depressed about working on his farm all day. He wouldn't have time to cry about it. 2. Eating garbage in the form of junk. You eat garbage equals you feel like garbage. Depression is more common among the obese. You see the connection? Solution: eat whole foods, eat fruits, eat meat. Drink milk, from the farm if possible. Avoid fried items. Avoid junk. Avoid eating it from your favorite burger chain. 3. Working a dull, lazy job. It is obvious that a job that makes us feel unfulfilled and where we spend the majority of our time might be a key contributor to this feeling. Solution: quit. Find something fulfilling. A life purpose is fulfilling in ways a job can never be. 4. Too much dependency on entertainment. The average American watches 5 hours of the TV every day. It's impossible to not be depressed when constantly bombarded with advertising for stupid bullshit you don't need. Video games are no substitute. Movies are no substitute. The internet is no substitute. Solution: find some better, more meaningful hobbies. Try woodworking, martial arts, weightlifting, start a business. Anything that gets you off the couch and actually doing something. Get rid of that TV. 5. Low testosterone. It's hard to feel like a man when you ain't producing your man chemical. Solution: get it checked. Get it fixed. 6. Listening to depressing music, watching depressing movies, etc. Do you listen to depressing music because you're depressed? Or are you depressed because you listen to depressing music? Depressing music has a depressing effect. Stop listening to it. Solution: listen to music that pumps you up and makes you feel alive. Don't watch depressing movies. Don't read depressing websites. Cut out the bullshit. It's upbeat and positive, or it doesn't exist. Some additional tips to remember. Don't drink too much. Drinking every now and again is fine. Having a couple with dinner is fine. Getting sloshed every day is a recipe for acute depression. Know any happy alcoholics? You see the connection? Don't masturbate at all. Internet porn is free and everywhere. But masturbating constantly comes with a hefty price: depression, lack of testosterone, obvious loneliness. Work on finding a girl's. At the very least, it will get you out of the house. Spend your days with a purpose, a mission. When you have no goals or desires, all that's left is boredom and depression. Chapter 11. Shame is your best friend. Shame will light a fire under you better than any desire. It isn't desire that gets someone to train like an animal. It isn't desire that deadlifts 900 pounds. It isn't desire that gets someone in the boxing ring and kills opponents left and right. It is the revenge of shame. A bully kicked sand in your face. Everyone laughed at your frail body. The love of your life cheated on you. The jock punched you and everyone laughed at you. Your stepdad beat you up. Everyone saw you cry. Your friends mocked you for being poor and weak. They showed your cowardice to the world. You let these things motivate you. You say to yourself, "That will never happen again," and you mean it. You mean it every bit as much as you mean to breathe air and eat food. And believe me, my man, you will make it. Just like I did. Just like every other successful Chad out there did. Chapter 12. How not to be broke. Being broke affects millions of men every year. One unfortunate side effect of this disease is that it causes men to whine like little babies instead of taking action. We will correct that, and it will be quite harsh. Broke men need slaps on their faces. They don't deserve cuddling. If you want to stop being broke as a joke, you've got to do the following. You should be spending all your free time either A, learning, B, doing. Start learning. To learn your industry, you should read every book you can get your hands on, every blog you can find, every forum on the subject, every success story you can find, and talk with as many experts as you can. You should be reading and learning about your industry night and day, first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. If you have a regular job, you should be learning about your industry when your boss isn't looking. Start doing. To make shit happen, all you've got to do is start and not give up. You don't need to learn your industry for longer than 2 months before you dive in head first. Some broke as a jokesters will say things like, "I've been learning for 2 years, so it's time I get the ball rolling," or "I've been learning for 2 years and I just can't seem to make anything happen." If you want to get in shape, you can't read a bunch of goddamn books on physical fitness and expect to get into shape. Same with business. You gotta learn all you can, cram it into a month or 2, and then get that ball rolling. Take the first step, and then take more steps every single solitary day. Start spending money to make money. If you have ever said this statement, "I'm not going to spend any money to learn this," it should be free. "I refuse to spend any money to learn my industry." Then you should slap yourself in the face because that's the mentality of a loser. If you aren't willing to spend a dime in your industry, you will never, ever make a dime in your industry. Forget the loser mentality of never spending any money and hoping to somehow make money. You will have to spend money, so just accept it, like you purchased this book. At first, you may want to just buy books and other information, but as time goes on, you will need to spend more and more money. Chronic broke as a jokesters will always say the same 2 things. "I have not made much money," And I don't have any money to purchase any information or services which will help me. On the opposite end of this spectrum are the people who will spend countless thousands of dollars in their desired industry and never take action. These people are the information junkies, the seminar junkies who will wait in anticipation for a new product they can buy instead of taking any action. You are not one of them since you've already read this far in the book. They'll do this for years and years, just buy products and wonder when it's going to be their time to get started. There are people who wish to be in the real estate industry who go to 18 paid seminars over a 3-year period and haven't ever bought a house. Tips: cut down on your expenses so you can spend on what is important. What is important? Buying information or services which will help your business. Get off of Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social media sites until you have a business on these sites. Get off the porn sites. Cut out the TV watching. You're just wasting your time when you could be doing something much more valuable. Your time should be spent either eating, shitting, lifting, learning, or doing. Stop waking up so damn late. Some of you broke as a jokesters wake up at 11 a.m. and then wonder to yourself when you're going to catch a break. You aren't going to catch shit. You gotta make it happen. Start no longer than 2 months after making the decision about your industry. Spend 1 to 2 months learning only, and then make the first step. You are going to learn infinitely more by doing than you will by reading. You will need the knowledge base that reading gives you, but you must get your boots on the ground and actually do. Chapter 13. How to wake up early like a bird. Waking up early is probably the best thing you can ever do if you're trying to become wealthy or jacked or trying to improve in life. I would say waking up early should always be the first step in a man's life if he is willing to improve his life. Mornings are distraction-free. You can do the deep work which demands top-notch focus. You will be building your fortune when losers will be sleeping till 11 a.m. 4 hours of work per day is more than plenty to get started. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. and having all of your work done by 9 a.m. You have the entire rest of the day to enjoy as you wish. The day is in your hands. The best way to wake up early is to have a reason to wake up early. I started waking up because I wanted time for deep focus. I wanted to list out strategies, and I wanted no disturbance. I started waking up early because I wanted to. The morning is when you have no disturbance. You are completely free to create and work as you wish. The whole world is sound asleep in their beds, and you're wide awake, ready to kill it. Eventually, they'll all say to you, "Oh, I wish I could do what you do. I just don't have the time." You won't do anything but silently laugh at them. How to wake up like an early bird. As I already mentioned, you need a reason to wake up. That reason could be anything: gym, walk, running, deep work, etc. Make the decision to become an early riser. Have a reason to wake up early. That is, have something to work on, or have a gym partner waiting for you at the gym every morning. Be in bed at the same time each night. Now, most of us struggle with waking up early because we sleep late at night. Here's the catch. Going to bed on time and falling asleep immediately is not in your hands, but waking up early is in your hands. You just need to push yourself to wake up early, and in less than a week, your body will ask you to sleep at 9 or even 8 in the evening or night. Make the decision and force yourself up at 5 a.m. the first day. That night, you will likely be tired earlier than normal. That's good. You will need to start going to bed earlier, and preferably at the same time, each night. To be able to be up at 5 a.m. every day and be refreshed, you must go to bed earlier than normal. Sleeping from midnight to 5 a.m. will not leave most people feeling refreshed, but sleeping from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. will leave most people refreshed and ready to start the day at 5 a.m. It's a good idea to be in bed by 9 p.m. every night. The amount of sleep needed varies by person, but you should know how much sleep you need to function at your best. Chapter 14. Dress like a winner. When you look like a winner, success is inevitable. If you consistently look like a winner, people will always take notice of you and hold you in high esteem, which is exactly how you should be viewed. It is always preferable to dress for success, regardless of whether you are trying to acquire a job, attract clients, get a date, grab lunch, or run your regular errands. Everyone wants to work with a successful person. Nobody wants to conduct business with a slob. Those in positions of influence and power pay attention to these things. They accurately point out that sloppiness in attire is a physical representation of sloppiness and apathy in daily life. It is one thing to go on vacation and wear shorts and a tank top. It's one thing to make a run to the market or to the post office in lazy clothes. It is another thing altogether to go each and every day wearing garbage in place of fitting and proper clothing. Chads, take some pride in your appearance. Leave that "it's what's on the inside that counts" business to the dirty and unemployable. Your outward appearance is a complete and total manifestation of your inward mindset, attitude, and pride. If you wish to be perceived as a man of value, start advertising yourself as a man of value. To be continued. Congratulations, Chad Man. You've made it to the last of the Volume 2 of the Chad Mindset. Volume 3 consists of 7 chapters. As said in the introduction, you can read any chapter at any time, whenever you like. Chapter 15. Why you should always have high standards. Chads, just because the world is burning does not mean you have to lower yourself to the level of the animals and the morons. Just as you would hold others to higher standards, you should hold yourself to the highest standard. Like they say, be the change you wish to see. Having high standards is the mark of a man who is not swayed by the lies of the television, the lies of the government, the lies of the deluded and drugged masses of the soulless. High standards are the mark of a man who is, indeed, above. Holding high standards is an easy accomplishment when others have standards only slightly above complete degradation. Affirmation. The world can burn all it wants, but I am not going to lower myself to the level of an animal. I hope some of you will do the same. Chapter 16. Have the taste of success. What is the most common phrase you will hear from a person who's stuck in the modern world calamity? I just hate Mondays. But if you ask me, I love Mondays. I strongly believe that Mondays are the days of opportunities. They are the days on which you can restart things that went wrong. But the problem with Monday, you see, is not that you have to go back to work. It's that you have sold your soul to the devil, and now you must pay your due. For that pittance of a paycheck and job security and all that baloney, you have given up your soul. Most people do not think there is any other option except to go to work and make a living. My own mother certainly never thought there was another way to make a livable income. I was taught the same thing all of you were likely taught. Go to college, get a good job. Buy a house, save for retirement. When you are retired, then you can live a nice life. I thought retirement at 65? I have to wait that long to be free? I hate Mondays. Of course, that was all before I opened my eyes to reality. College is a joke and a waste. I am a college dropout, and believe me when I say this, dropping out of college was the best decision that I could ever take in my entire lifetime. Jobs are for suckers. All of it is a scam. The people who have given you this advice aren't necessarily liars, but they are delusional and weak. How to be a successful person. Give me some tips. Here you go. Have a reason to succeed. You must have a need to succeed, not a want or a hope or a wish, a fucking need. Your reason can be anything. My reason was that I hated what I was doing. But make no mistake, friend, you do need a reason, and not just a want or a wish. There has to be something there that drives you, and if nothing drives you, then you aren't ever going to be an entrepreneur. Pick one thing and stick to it. Multitasking, the act of concentrating on many things at a time, but never focusing on one thing, is a surefire way to mediocrity and failure. You must pick one thing, one area, and focus on that one thing with all the intensity and focus you can acquire. It is always one thing that makes the first money for an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs don't try 15 things and make any money, at least not when they start. They start with one thing and one thing only, and they work it until they have a nice payday. You can't throw 15 things at a wall and hope one sticks. You throw one thing at the wall as many times as you need until it sticks. Entrepreneurship requires focus. Focus can only be achieved on one thing at a given time. It's not even worth trying to multitask until you are earning dough from your one thing. Pick one thing and one thing only, and work it until it produces. After you have cashed in on your one thing is when you can branch out into other areas, but only after you are receiving a regular income from your one thing. Make a commitment to success. You do need to make a commitment to yourself and your life and your business. You must give yourself 150% to whatever it is that you are pursuing. In this case, you are pursuing a business that provides you with enough income to never work at a soul killer, soul stealer job ever again. You will only ever find success or talent through something you give yourself completely to. The fellas up on a stage shredding their guitars didn't get there by practicing 3 days per week, 1 hour per session. They played their guitars from morning until night for years. Those Hollywood actors didn't step into one audition and get famous. They worked at it for years before they got their big break. Overnight successes can take up to 15 years to achieve. Rich people are notorious for having little to no contact with their children. That's because you can't make two commitments for your time. Only one thing can take up most of your time if you are to achieve extreme success. Make that commitment, Chad. Say to yourself, this is it. This is all there is or ever will be. This will work or I will die. Without a commitment, there is nothing stopping you from quitting. Without a commitment, there is nothing stopping you from saying, this isn't working. I'll just go get a job. Maybe I'll try something else later. Any wild and crazy idea can work if, and only, if you are committed to making it work. Page 12bestblackhatforum.com/user-Slenderman if I told you that I was a medical aspirant who failed to clear a medical entrance exam thrice, went to an agricultural college and dropped out, and eventually started a music school and a full-fledged business via Twitter, would you believe me? Maybe not, but this is the damn truth. It's easy to do something you are passionate about and something that you are driven to do. It's way harder to wake up on Monday morning knowing you have an entire week of hell to get through, and that you will have do that for the rest of your life. The only people I know who are truly happy are people who have made their own rules and followed their own path. I have never in my life met a corporate cog who was happy with their station in life. You see the connection? Chapter 17. Take it or lose it. You will be rejected if you ask for what you want and beg for permission. You cannot be refused if you don't need permission. Winners don't need permission. We live life our way. We are not stuck in any kind of restrictions. Playing by the rules is for losers. The rules are there to make sure you do not rise up. Playing by the rules is the same thing as doing the minimum. You cannot do the minimum to achieve maximum results. To get maximum results, you have to produce maximum action. If you play by the rules, then you aren't trying very hard. Winners do what it takes to win. They do better than their best, and they're always a step or two ahead. Fairness and equality are for the losers who are unable to take and instead desire to receive. They expect a medal while they stand there with their fucking hands out. They are expecting the same outcomes as the men who took action as they stand there with their fucking hands out. While everyone is standing around with their damn hands out waiting for a miracle, you can go grab opportunity, take advantage, break the rules, and come out on top. Rule breakers are action takers. If you want something, it's time to put your hands down, put your thinking cap on, and figure out how to get it. There's a way to do everything. Make a plan of action and stick to it. There are two kinds of people that exist on the planet. 1. Losers. 2. Winners. bestblackhatforum.com/user-slendermanlosers. They are the excuse makers, the ones that could have done the same thing if they wanted to. These are the ones that cry about this and that and why they aren't ahead. If they wanted something and they could have done it, then they would have done it. Winners. They figure out a way to accomplish their goal. They don't cry about cheating or why they lost. They plan, visualize, take action, and then grab what they want. Who are you? A winner or a loser? Heard that voice come out of you? That's what you are. Chapter 18. Always be in control. Be in control of everything in your life. Leave nothing in the hands of others, and always keep options. Control your money. Control your earning. Control your woman. Leave nothing to chance when it can be controlled. You have to have money and money-making ability to control your life. You cannot be in control if you're broke. You cannot be in control if you beg your boss. Build that business. Quit that job. After you have your funds ready, live the life you always wanted to live. Chapter 19. Giving up is not an option. Today, I am going to tell you the biggest lie that every society in this world tells to their people. Remember how our teachers used to tell us that life is full of sacrifices? They used to tell us that you can achieve nothing in your life with doing sacrifices in life. That's total BS. It's not a sacrifice to rise above or become something great. There's no sacrifice in making great music. There's no sacrifice in writing a book. There's no sacrifice in starting $1 million company. These people are doing exactly what they want. They're following their mission in life. Following the path laid out for you is the real sacrifice, not vice versa. There is a point when you have certain financial difficulties, but you don't really notice them because your focus is on the goal. It wasn't a sacrifice in the same way that paying for your dinner wasn't a sacrifice. You'll laugh about how poor you really were in the future. The real sacrifice, the only sacrifice, is not trying in the first place. That's what leads to the what-ifs on the deathbed. Sacrifice is what happens when you don't succeed. Sacrifice is something that losers do. Working for someone else is the only sacrifice you will ever make. If you never do that, you will never sacrifice anything. If you're working towards a goal, building something, you may find money tight at times. Even if you do struggle, it's not a big deal. Struggle is not sacrifice. Struggling is just part of the process. It's what happens before your avalanche of success comes in. At the end of the day, they won't have what you have. Live like no one will, so you can live like no one can. Chapter 20. Never feel lonely again. Human beings are social creatures, and we all need the company of humans. Even in prison, amongst murderers, rapists, and thieves, solitary confinement is a punishment. Being lonely isn't good for the soul. Maybe it builds character, but there's a point where character building stops and living life starts. If you're lonely, then don't be alone. Go meet people. Be around people. If people don't want to be around you, then that is a problem you need to correct. Lonely people have a lot of negative energy surrounding them, and it's a real turnoff to other people. That wasted energy should instead be used for self-improvement. Don't let your loneliness become a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of lonely people talk themselves into staying lonely, and they talk others into staying away. Instead, be the man you wish to be and be the man other people want to spend time with. It's all up to you. We all need companionship and intimacy. That's nothing to feel guilty or embarrassed about. If loneliness is an issue for you, put in the work and fix it. Chapter 21: How to Succeed If You're Shy and an Introvert. I was pretty much afraid of everything. Afraid of the world. Afraid of speaking. Really, really shy kid. Music was a way to speak. These are the words of James Hetfield, the lead singer of Metallica. Nothing Else Matters started ringing in your head. James Hetfield was a cripplingly shy kid who grew into a shy adult who made millions singing to enormous crowds of people. Everything social is a performance for shy people. That's why shy people are so drained after spending the day with family, spending the day at work, spending the night schmoozing at a party. Being around groups of people drains a shy person's energy because the shy person was putting on a performance the whole time. Being social with strangers doesn't come naturally to introverts. It's not normal for them. To get through it, they simply act. It's always a performance, whether big or small. Sometimes shy people perform as artists. Sometimes they perform as an outgoing person, but it's always a performance for a shy person. Talking to new people is a performance, not a natural act. The best shy people perform so well that other people don't even know that they are shy. How did a person who was super shy ended up being the lead singer of one of the best bands in the entire world? He performed well. He was a performer. He was not acting like himself, but was performing. Learn how to put a performance mask and don't act like yourself. It is a simple work which requires practice, but eventually you'll become a master at performing. Performance takes the edge out of being social. A performance isn't you, it's an act. You simply act like you aren't shy. If you act enough, it becomes real second nature. A lot of highly successful people are shy, more than one would expect. They just don't show their shyness to the world. Quite simply, they act. They act as though they are not shy. They perform. Being introverted isn't a curse, it's a blessing. Let me explain. Being shy or introverted isn't a hindrance or a disability. It's quite the opposite. It gives you time to think, plan, and develop. Introverts have the time and desire to be alone and develop a skill. Extroverted people become energized when they are around people. Introverts become drained around people. Introverts need alone time to re-energize. And it's what introverts do in their alone time that can lead them to mega success. When you're alone, you need something to do. You can't just sit there doing nothing. You need something to work on. And that's where shy people can develop talents and skills. They have free time. They have alone time. And the geniuses are the shy people who use their alone time to develop a skill. Like James Hetfield, who used his alone time to learn the guitar. Like Dr. Dre, who used his alone time to create music beats. Many, many of the most successful artists are actually very shy people. It takes a certain introversion to develop a talent plus skill. That's because it takes time to develop a skill, time you don't have if you're out being social all the time. Talented introverts often spend years in the shadows, developing a talent or skill set. Then they seem to come out of nowhere, overnight successes. Final thoughts. First of all, a big thank you for purchasing The Chad Mindset. I strongly believe the book has the ability to change your life. You simply need to inculcate everything that you learned slowly and steadily in your life. Have questions? Feel free to DM me on Twitter. Feedback is always appreciated. If you enjoyed the course, do not forget to give it a 5-star rating here. Lastly, if you ever feel stuck in life, Come back and give this book another read. Also, all the future updates of the book will be free for you. You have officially acquired the Chad mindset. Now go and rule the world.